Hello, I'd like to talk to you today about how to set up live streaming in your classroom. This is a way that your students that are virtual can watch you teach without the interaction with students in a Google Meet or even between the students and the teacher. This is how it's done. What you need to do is in your Google Calendar, you're going to set up a calendar event. And it doesn't matter where you click because the event you set up one time, you'll use for all of your live meets, your live streams. So I'm just going to click here and I'm going to call it practice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this go for about an hour, and you'll see why in a second. I just want to make my button a little bigger. Now, I am not going to invite anybody to this meet. This is always going to be an uninvited thing that I'm setting up. So don't worry about guests or invitations and so on. Now, what I need to do is I need to start a Meet video conference. And right about here, there's a down arrow. You're going to click that down arrow for some extra settings. And on the left side here, there's Add Live Stream. So it's going to take over your settings for your Google Meet, which is fine. Now, this live stream link is the one you're going to share on Google Classroom or in Canvas. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to show you how I set this up in Canvas. So go to my Canvas page. I'm going to edit the page. You can see, if you saw that, I already have a button for my live stream right on my home page. I'm going to select my button. I'm going to add the external link, and I'm done. So now I have a button on my Canvas homepage for my virtual students to click on so they can watch my classroom live. Now, I can also do this in Google Classroom. I can, on the main stream, I can set up a link. This would be the link. And just with some text to say, click below, this is going to take them to the meet that I'm about to set up. So I'm going to save this calendar event, and you can see here it is, and I made it 1 hour, so it's a nice big button. This button is the one that I'm going to use all the time for all my live streams. Even if I do 3 during the day, 5 during the day, I want to use it next week, next month. I can just keep using this one because this is the one that I linked to my button in Canvas or Google Classroom. So I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to join with Google Meet. Now, remember, I don't have anybody invited to this Google Meet. So I haven't started it yet. What I want to do is I want to show you student view and what they get if they join the meet prior to you starting it. So here's my student view. This is my Canvas page, and the same thing would be happen with Classroom. And I'm going to click on the button because I am waiting for streaming to begin. So it just says stand by. There's no interaction or anything. It's just going to stay like this until I'm ready. So let's go back and get this started. So I'm going to join my meet that I did for my calendar invite. And I still have all the controls that I normally would have, but I don't need all of them because I'm never going to have anybody else in this meet. It's just me. I don't need to worry about my settings for sharing, for chat, or anything. I do have control of my volume and my camera that I can use if I'm doing this up on my board with my Pivo camera. I can present my screen if I'm teaching through this. I can also record the meeting, which is right here. Now, I have 2 places I can start streaming. When I first get going, I have a green Start Streaming button on the top. It's also in the 3 dots on the right-hand side where I can start streaming. So I'm going to start streaming. And here we go. Now, I'm supposed to warn everybody if they're in this call, but I don't have anybody in this call but me. So here I go. In the left-hand corner up on the top here, it says going live. This is where I'm going to see the number of viewers. If I have 1 or 3 or 4 virtual learners, it'll show up here who's watching this at the time. So let's go and see how this looks from the student side. When I go to the student side, I'm going to click on my button, and it says waiting for standby, but pretty soon I'll get a play arrow because I'm streaming. And now, what's nice is I can pause this for a little bit. If I pause this, the stream that's being sent to the students is paused. Now, then they can hit play again, and it will resume right where they paused. Now, here's the thing. If I stop streaming from my end, the students eventually is going to stop as well. So if they've paused for a long time and maybe they're catching up, they're a few minutes behind, unfortunately, their stream is going to end as soon as I end the stream. So I don't know how beneficial this is to pause. Maybe if it's a quick minute break, might be an advantage to doing that. So I'm watching the stream. As a teacher now, I can see that I have 1 viewer. There's nobody invited, so I don't need to worry about any chat. I don't need to worry about anybody sharing their screen or interrupting my live stream. To stop this, all I need to do is hit stop streaming, and I'm going to hit stop streaming, and now the streaming is over. If I needed to start this for second hour, all I need to do is go back to the three dots and I can start streaming again. And remember, I can record while I'm streaming if I need to make a recording of this for maybe hours 3, 4, and 5, or something later in the day, or maybe put in Google Classroom. How does that look from the student end? On the student end, because I stopped the streaming, eventually this is going to end, and there it goes, it's ending. So the streaming has ended, the student is done watching. If they want to watch again for the next hour, they can see that the next hour I just need to click on this button again. Now, as a teacher in my Google Calendar event, I can take this event that I created and I can move it anywhere that I need it to be. It can be in the past, it can be in the future. I don't need to create a new one. So what I don't want to do is duplicate this event. I don't want to create another link. All I need to do to make this move to next week is I can put it in monthly view, or I can edit the calendar day and just move it to next week, Monday. And there we go. And you'll see that it's gone from here, but I know that this is on Mondays, and I can use this all week long to start my live stream from my end. So this is how you set up live streaming using Google Calendar events. Remember, your students will participate by viewing and listening only. You will not have to worry about that interaction between the students who are viewing or between you and the students. This is just a one-way stream for them to watch your teaching during the day, and you can use it over and over again. If you have any questions about live streaming using a Google Meet event, please contact your technology integration coach. Thanks for watching.